Good evening. I hope you're fine. I'm fine as well. So let us talk about King Hezekiah and how he asked God to be able to heal him. So Second Kings 20 will talk about how Hezekiah was sick. Even Prophet Isaiah had been sent to him to be able to tell him to prepare his family, to prepare his ways, because he was going to die. But from the same text, we will learn that King Hezekiah saw there was an opportunity for God to redeem his life, for God to be able to heal him because of the good deeds, because of how he had lived. He had a record of what God can be able to see and be able to heal and redeem him of good health. So let us learn about it and understand in an aspect whereby if you have an opportunity to ask God that through the deeds that He did, or do the actions, or even the help that you were able to offer to someone, God is able to remember and be able to answer your prayer. So, just to be able to understand why good deeds are important and they are never in vain, you are able to go back to God and plead with them that God, this is what I did, this is how I've been, this is how I've walked. I've made my life to be a living sacrifice. I've walked in righteousness. I've been able to help the poor. I've been able to help the needy. Any act that you did that was right and was in accordance to God's will, you're able to stand and ask God that God, from this and this and this that I did, I know it is not in vain. You can use them to be able to remember me and to be able to deliver me from illness and even save me. So let us read and see what happened to King Hezekiah. So Second Kings 20 talks about King Hezekiah's illness and recovery. About this time, King Hezekiah fell ill and almost died. The prophet Isaiah, son of Amos, went to see him and said to him, the Lord tells you that you are to put everything in order because you will not recover. Get ready to die. Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and prayed, remember, Lord, that I have served you faithfully and loyally, and that I have always tried to do what you wanted me to do. And he began to cry bitterly. You see, he saw an opportunity for God to be able to heal him. He was not ready to accept the death. He knew God was able and He is full of mercy. And sometimes this is just to encourage us that even whatever good you are doing, don't stop. God can be able to remember it at your point of need, and God can be able to answer your prayer. So let us see what happened. Verse 4, Isaiah left the king, but before he had passed through the central courtyard of the palace, the Lord told him to go back to Hezekiah, the ruler of the Lord's people, and say to him, I, the Lord, the God of your ancestor David, have heard your prayers and seen your heart. I will heal you, and in 3 days you will go to the temple. I will let you live 15 years longer. I will rescue you and this city of Jerusalem from the emperor of Assyria. I will defend this city for the sake of my own honor, and because of this promise I made to my servant David. So, this is what the Lord responded, that is adding him 15 good years. And he's recovering, he's going back to the temple. Then he's even giving them victory from the king of Assyria. Apart from that, he's defending the city for his own honor. You know, when everything that the Lord will do will have honor back to him, he'll gladly do it. Remember, King Hezekiah reminded God of the good things that he had done, of how he had walked. King Hezekiah was able to stop idolatry. King Hezekiah was able to encourage the worship of God. He was able to pray for victory even when they're going to battles. He did good things. By the time he was asking God to remember, he knew he had an account of it. So, you have an account of what you can stand before God and say, God, remember me in this state of mind. And you see, God is faithful. As long as he answered Hezekiah, he's the same God yesterday, today, and forevermore. He's able to respond to us as well. So verse 17 says, then Isaiah told the king's attendant to put on his boil a paste made of figs, and he will get well. But that was never enough for the king. He wanted to see a sign from God that this is it, the healing has occurred. And sometimes it depends how you build your relationship with God, is able to respond and able to act on it. So God acted. See what he did. So King Hezekiah asked, what is the sign to prove that the Lord will heal me? And 3 days later, I will be able to go to the temple. And Isaiah replied, the Lord will give you a sign to prove that he will keep his promise. Now, would you prefer the shadow on the staircase to go forward 10 steps or go back 10 steps? Then Hezekiah answered, that is verse 10. It's easy to make the shadow go forward 10 steps. Make it go back 10 steps. So verse 11 says, Isaiah prayed to the Lord, and the Lord made the shadow go back 10 steps on the staircase set up by King Ahaz. Just an indication to show that healing had occurred. Sometimes it is good that you ask God, then reveal to me, how do I know that I am healed? Can I see a vision? Can I see communication? Can you speak to me with a silent voice that I know that this healing has occurred? And God is faithful. Based on how you're able to fellowship and have a relationship with God, our God is faithful. And that is where you see from this text of King Hezekiah, we're able to learn that one, good deeds don't go in vain. You can be able to ask God to be able to remember what you have been doing, what you did, and is able to redeem you. So don't tire doing good, continue doing good, and each and every time put it in account that yes, it is not something that you're doing to waste. It is something that you'll be able to ask God to look back and see this is what you've done. And of course, do with a good heart. When you do it wrongly, when you do it when you're all in ill intentions, when you do it for your own glorification, then it will not bear the fruit that is needed. Just like the way God answered. But one thing from the answers that he gave is even if he's defending the city, it was for his honor. So remember, everything, even the testimony that will come out of it, it is for his honor, for the name, his name to be glorified, not your name, his name to be glorified. So as long as he looks at your heart and sees that you are honest, your heart is true, your heart is right, and your intentions are pure, then he's able to remember you and able to answer you. So have a blessed evening. As we all know that our God can be able to redeem us, to heal us, and to deliver us. Just the same way he was able to heal King Hezekiah and answered him immediately and added him more years to live. Where you are and you desire God to be able to heal you and add you more years to live so that you can testify of his good works. And mark you, when you are added the years, please live it rightly. Let him continue ordering your steps. Let the discernment be alive in you so that you don't make any other mistakes when you've already been redeemed. So have a blessed evening. Bye.